Well, I'm Safion. Some of you may know me from the G panel with King Payne, Home Tuber, and Philly Chica. Some
Mhm.
of you know me from doing interviews with certain people from reality shows, web series. We recently just did one with Henny from Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Oh,
So
okay.
check that out on the official King Payne. But I'm not really here to promote. Just here to
Okay.
support and
We're gonna get into the bad boys.
just here to support and give my opinion. Cause
All right. So the first cast member I want to talk about is Willem. So what do you think about Willem being a cast member on the show? What do you think about him on the premiere? Like, what was he giving for you?
I feel like he did too much. I feel like I don't know him, but
Mhm.
I just don't understand the whole extraness coming from him.
Mhm.
Um, I think he needs to work on his fighting skills more. And I feel like you can't, you don't have to fight, but my thing is, you all know at this point what you signed up for. Whether they begged you to be on the show, whether you begged them, you can't go into something like that and think that you're not going to fight. Because the show really doesn't serve that much of a purpose, not to talk down onto Zeus or their production. But
Right.
my thing is like, this is not a contest. This is not, some stay on the righteous path for the great Lord himself, which we all need. Um,
Right.
so you don't have to fight, and I don't agree with what they did, but it's just like in the beginning, you see like he kind of just talked a lot, and then when it came down to it, he wasn't really. Well, you seen what happened, and then for you to pull production to the side and say, "Oh, I'm not," I don't know what he was doing. I don't know.
When I seen that, I really thought it was a spoof. Like they were like low key playing around, but it turns out it was an actual real fight. The bushes looked like they were winning the
That's so
fight
sad.
more
That's so
than
sad. I
Willem and
thought it
then
was scripted. I thought it was forced, but if it was really a real fight, that's so sad. That's extra sad, as a matter of fact. He
right.
just swinging them lunch lady arms, it just wasn't working.
Willem to me, I don't mind him so far in the season. I really feel like he started to peep the BS of Zeus and how reality TV works, like the first day, because you could see he was like even pulling aside pulling aside Dylan and Derell. He was just like, oh, like I don't want to fight you guys in the house or whatever. Like, go fight some other battles. I think he could kind of like he could feel the pressure of the situation, so he didn't really want to kind of like continue the whole fighting in the house. So I feel like he started to peep the BS of Zeus right away.
Then don't be there.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, if you go back to when they first showed them, when they were all in like the studio or something, that
Mm-hmm.
setting, he was arguing back and forth with I don't know,
Andrew.
the big heavy set dude, Andrew, yeah, him.
Yeah.
He's another story, but it's him later. But you were arguing with him and you were saying what you said, and then when it comes down to fighting, now you're just basically being a pussy. It's like pick a side. Like
Right.
I'm not making no excuses for nobody. Like I'm not making no excuses for anybody. We all know what Zeus is. We all know what they're about. Like
Right.
if you don't want to fight, stay your ass home. You signed up to be there. You knew what it was gonna be. Now I don't condone bullying or somebody starting with somebody, but at the end of the day, it's like you can't be arguing back and forth and have the mouth that all of you have, and then when it comes down to it, you want to pull production to the side like, oh, I can't do this. I'm not here for this. What are you here for? Because you're not gonna get to promote nothing, honestly. Y'all gonna do what they want you to do. Because Natalie already said we have stuff set out for you. So what
That's
you there
true. The only
for?
person I feel like that's promoting their stuff to the T, and it's only because they got their logo and everything, is Mula. So that's the next cast member I wanted to talk about next because he has his brand Talk Money Nothing Else on everything, like it's a damn postage stamp. So that's the next cast member I wanted to talk about is Mula. To me, he was a huge disappointment because I did kind of know of him before like the show or whatever. So I would see him interview like celebrities and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, he seems cool, but he's an asshole, in my opinion. And he low key DL trade, but that's besides the point. What do you think about him?
Was that the one that kept saying I'm not with the gay shit and stay away from me and blah 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 blah
Right,
blah?
right, right, right,
It's the same thing for I said for the first boy. What the fuck you there for? Like
right,
you in a house full of gay niggas. Bad Boys Club is based off of a gay fan base offspring from Bad Girls Club. Like
Right.
you can't use the oh they begged me to be on the show because you as an adult have a choice. Like that's like going into a whole strip club and then you don't want to be touched by the strippers. Like I don't want to be touched by the strippers. I'm secular or what did it say, non-secular, whatever the case that
I'ma
doesn't make
touch me
you.
not.
Yeah, but it's like what you expect. Like okay, we get the picture. Like they're not gonna try you, but it's like you keep saying it over and over and over again. It's like, nigga, shut up. If that's the case, just like I said with the first one, pack your shit and go fucking do what you do in your life. You don't gotta fucking be there. You signed a
I want to
contract, you
know
knew what the
what
fuck
was
was
his
gonna be.
mindset. What was his mindset going into the house thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna go on a show called Bad Boys Club. It's gonna be all straight hood dudes in there, and we all just gonna have slumber parties, and girls gonna get invited over." Like what? Like I really want
Come
to know,
on.
is he really
Come
thinking?
on. Come
Like
on. You
was he
really
really?
think there's gonna be straight niggas there? Come on. Bad
I feel like he
boys.
didn't do his research. He didn't do his research
Or
at
maybe they
all.
bribed him with a much. Maybe they probably bribed him with a lot of money to come there because you don't know how much they're paying him. I don't believe they're all getting paid the same. They
Hell no.
all are getting paid differently.
Hell
Like
no.
Milan's probably getting paid like
The
15K, while the
most.
others probably getting paid like $5,000.
Right. I do know Andrew Caldwell. He got a $4,000 check before he exited. So I don't know if that was going to be a part of what he was going to get, but he did cash in that $4,000 check. I heard from Natalie after he left that little photo shoot. So I know that's a little chunk that he got. But I think Milan, of course, is the highest paid. Anthony's probably second highest
Absolutely.
paid because he's friends with Natalie. Third is probably Mula because he's a little bit more known than them. And then probably fourth is like Kuran and then Gutta. That's what I think.
Who's
And then the rest
Karan?
they got scrumps. Huh?
Who's Karan?
Kirk Franklin's son. I don't know if that's how you pronounce
Kieran?
it. Karen, yeah.
Kieran?
Yeah. It's the first episode. I gotta get used to the names. Karen.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Muda, Gouda, whatever his name is. I don't
Mula.
dislike him. I don't know him. I don't know him personally, so I can't sit here and bash him, even if I did know him. But it's like, if you don't want to be in a house full of gay niggas, then get the fuck up and leave. It's plain and simple. Like you grown. Like just either suck up and shut up and just do it, or just get the fuck up and leave at this point.
Right.
But that's all I gotta say about him.
So of course he got into it a little bit with Milan. What do you think about Mother Milan? You already know he's famous for Bigo, he's famous for Love and Hip Hop. A lot of people do not like Milan. When the cast was kind of like pre-announced, everybody had a lot of bad things to say. What do you think about him as a cast member and as a person in general?
I don't hate Milan. I don't dislike him. I don't dislike none of these boys. I don't know them personally. I'm just giving my opinion. But Milan is definitely a little too out of the ordinary to be in a setting like that. I just feel like he should be in a different type of direction. I understand he wants a more exposure for what he's doing, but I just feel like you being in that type of setting at the age that you are, it's just like, come on.
Mm.
But I did respect the fact how Milan was standing up and advocating for what he believed in. Like I like how he was checking some of the boys. Like he told Derell, like I don't like how you just try to bully him and did that, and then he actually ended up fighting him at the end, which was well deserved. You know, so Milan actually is on my good side. I
Yeah.
didn't think he would be. So I didn't even think Milan would be on my good side because I thought he was going to do the most. But we see who now is doing the most. And Milan is definitely like the favorite right now, and I think everybody's book. The only thing that people keep dragging off him is that he's old. And he's not really old. That's just not his lane.
Older.
I wish he would have picked a different type of lane, but he's grown. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
But yeah,
compared to the
Milan
rest of the
just
cast, I think he's one of the oldest. I really thought, you know what surprised me, and that's the next person we're going to talk about, is Derell. I thought he was older than what he was. When he said 24, I said he's 24. I thought he was like in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. Just the vibe he gives off. He gives like an older vibe. He doesn't look old, but he doesn't look super young either. Plus, the way he acts is a little bit more grown. So I thought, not on this episode, of course, but before he got on the show, I thought he was a little bit older than what he was. So it shocked me to find out he was 24. What did you think about Derell? And did you think he was as young as he was? Because that shocked me.
I didn't really care about Derell. I actually got a little crush on him, honestly.
Seriously?
I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, I tagged him in the post and everything, but I wasn't fiending over him because he's not nobody for me to fiend over. But after I seen how he was acting, I was just like, yeah. That's
But he
crazy.
was
I
drunk
can't.
though.
But it doesn't matter. You grown. You chose to pick up an alcohol to defeat whatever anxiety you have on, and it's just like you just. I just don't feel like I didn't even care for their ages, honestly. I thought he was like in his mid 30s too, but
Right.
he looks older than his age. He's the same age as me, so we're both from
He's
year
like 2 years
98.
older than me.
How old are you?
22.
Oh, I'm 24.
I thought he was like 35, like 36. I didn't know he was that young. And then the reason why I defend him a little bit with the drunkenness thing, Zeus has a history of doing this. They do this with the cabaret girls too. They get them super super drunk. They have them out on that bus driving around for hours and hours, and they get to the house way late. So by the time they get to the house, they're already drunk, irritated, and all they want to do is fight. So I think that's what happened in that whole situation. I think they just kept giving them drinks and drinks. In my opinion, Zeus gives them more drinks than food. Amber even said this on the live. I was with her today. She added me on the live, and I asked her some questions. She said that there was sometimes they had so much alcohol and they had like no food, so they gave them more alcohol than food. So that's why I
See, but
think
then they
that's
can't see. But here's the thing, though. That's why I don't really blame most of the boys, but I only blame them. And just like I do with the girls, if I do it with the girls, I can hold the guys accountable. We are all grown. Yeah, I have a decision to keep drinking because alcohol is nasty. It's bitter. That shit is not gonna fill you up like that. It's gonna fuck with your brain cells, honestly. I would have went to whatever was close to me. I would have walked off set like I'm getting food. Fuck this. Sue me if you want to. I'm hungry. Y'all gonna have another lawsuit on your hands playing with me if I get on a hunger strike. So I would have went to the closest thing that was food related and then came back and played my position right. Cause But I do know that Zeus likes to play these games and then when shit gets out of hand then you want to cry wolf. My
yeah,
thing is this. You can't provide alcohol for the cast and want them to get like that and then get mad when shit goes wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't know people's history. That's why I feel like they need to do like background checks on these people and have them do like psych
seriously,
tests for real from DNA to see if they're really crazy enough to be like, nope, we'll just pick somebody else. You can't do this because of this, then the third. Just like with
right,
Kieran Franklin, it's like you say how much you try to get away from your dad's spotlight, but you bringing him up in everything that you're in. It's just like leave that be. Like if you're trying to be Kieran Franklin, let us know Kieran Franklin. And so
right.
far, he's actually doing good. He only brought his
He's
dad up
really
once, which he can
funny.
do whatever he wants. But it's like later on in the season, I'm gonna wait till his picture pop up. But back to Rel, he did the most. Like he also ain't that good of a fighter either. This is just no disrespect. I don't know if it was the alcohol or I don't know if it was just them. I really thought that they were just playing around. Like when Milan fought the Anthony dude, it looks like it was forced and staged. Like y'all
Right, it
not
does.
there was not one punch that swung. So it's
They're
just
really
like is
pushing
this
each other.
I can't really tell if this is real or fake. That's why when Derell started fighting, I'm just like, is he really fighting? Because he can't really fight. None of them could fight. It's like, what the hell am I watching?
The realest fight of the night, I think, is gonna be Milan and Derell. I think that fight was real.
Yeah,
Every
I think
other
that
fight, it
fight
was
was
kind of like staged.
real. I know that fight was real because the way
Yeah,
Milan threw that drink at him and the way that they
right.
started
And he
really
was
fighting.
swinging.
Right.
Because I think the Dylan and the Willem thing, I think that was a little staged because he was just like, I heard you was talking shit about me and all this. Like, nobody really even knew Dylan. So who would tell you, like, hey, Willem's talking crap about you or whatever? It just didn't make sense. Someone in the
Yeah,
comments said, Milan, go ahead.
he ain't make no sense either because my thing is like you was sitting up in there arguing with who's the one that's the delivery nigga? Who's that?
Andrew.
I don't know none of these people. They swear they so known. The Andrew, he everybody had words for him. The William boy was arguing with him. What's his name? The one that got the scratch.
Dylan.
Dylan was arguing with him. They both was talking shit. It was on both ends. It was a mutual thing. Then you get up in the van and you're like, "Oh, I heard you was talking shit." But then when Derell fights you, now you can't take it. Oh, I'm not going over there because they're gonna jump me. Nobody's gonna jump you. And on top of that, you just talking all that shit. Now when Derell puts his hands on you, now you want to cry wolf to the producers. Same thing with the William boy. It's like y'all and y'all confessionals being confessional gangsters. Like, oh, I'm the baddest bitch and this, that, and the third. No, you're not because I wouldn't be crying to production. Like y'all knew what y'all signed up for. Like I'm just being real. I'm sorry to act like I'm dragging them, but it's just like everybody literally is like, what the fuck? Like
It
we
did
can't
shock
have a
me
bunch.
how Dylan thought he was gonna get jumped because like nobody was gonna really jump him or hit him. Maybe Derell would have hit him, but besides that, nobody else was gonna jump him. I hate how they kept using the word jump. Like it was 15 of them. Like to me, jumping really happened in Bad Girls Club. Like they used to go 2, 3 at a time on one person. Like here, it's
Especially
like
season, especially the Las Vegas season and Sarah
right
season on season
in
11. They did the
Miami,
most.
right.
They did the most.
So that's why I was like, they
But
need to just stop saying the word jumping. They need to stop saying the word jumping. So Andrew, what did
because
you think of? Go ahead.
that's their way of trying to cry wolf, and I'm just like, y'all both talking shit. Throw your hands, or just like I said for the first two. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Nobody told y'all to come there. Just leave. Y'all grown. Like, where's the common sense? But who's the next dude?
Andrew. So Andrew, I've heard from people that he actually does have like a mental illness. So when I heard he was casted, it did kind of shock me because I was like, wait, like y'all low key playing, like y'all putting somebody on there that's not too well up there, because you could kind of tell he isn't on a show like this
So
with other
why is
people
he?
that's gonna be fighting him.
Why again? Why is he on the show if he got mental problems?
That's the thing. Zeus doesn't do their research because I knew that because I don't know if you know this YouTuber Funky Dineva mentioned it on one of his videos. He mentioned that like he knows somebody, he knows some people that like know him, that know Andrew personally, know his family and stuff, and he does have like some mental problems or whatever. That's why he goes on these tangents and like paranoid and all this type stuff. So like it makes sense on why he acts the way he does. So that's why I was shocked he got casted. But of course, Zeus uses him because he's great promo. Like anytime his name is mentioned, any blogs, the blogs kind of pick up on him. He's blog fodder. So yeah.
Zeus needs to
You're
stop
so
being so.
annoyed.
Because Zeus just needs to stop picking just anybody that's gonna give them promo. Because they did the same thing with One More Chance with Danny. She did not give a fuck being there.
Yeah.
Like y'all
And she
need to
only
just start
lasted
off
one
with
episode.
regular. Y'all need to just start off with regular people and just let it run. All these famous people or people that got brought followers that are fake that y'all trying to think will bring more viewers, which I get it, marketing wise as a business, it's smart. But pick the
Right.
ones that actually got common sense. You picking the ones that just so that do the most. Like it's just like this whole cast is just a no. Like I'm sorry. Like again, it sounds like I'm dragging them, but it's the truth. It's the motherfucking truth. Like, and then it's like you sitting there arguing, talking shit to the boys, but then when they all confronting you, now you don't want to be there and you scared to come back. Why is everybody that's talking shit scared to just come back to the house and be around other people? I don't get it. If you scared to fight or you don't want to be in that stigma because of how the environment feels, just keep your mouth shut. You only see Gutter K say nothing to nobody. He does the most. You didn't
Yeah.
see Karen say shit. Milan handle himself. You didn't see who else was on there that was quiet. The two,
Um,
one of the other straight niggas, he was quiet. He stayed out the
Curtis
way. Yeah, that one. They stayed out the way. You get what I'm saying? Everybody expected Gutter and the people we expected to do the most is the ones that's
didn't do the
really
most.
chilling. That's
Yeah.
the thing. So I'm just like, but it's like I do respect. I will say this. I do respect Natalie and how she did a boss move, and she checked Derell and was like, "The fuck are you doing? Like, we gotta babysit you." I tagged her in the post. I was like, "Now that's some grown woman shit that you should always be on. All that other shit you be doing, that shit I respected her, whether it was fake." Yeah,
What's the
because I thought she was just gonna let them just go on and just let them do and act like she didn't know what was going on and acting clueless. But she was like,
right?
nope, y'all break shit in here, I'm fucking y'all up. Like, you get what I'm saying? Which I don't know if she's gonna do that, but
I doubt it.
I like how she handled it.
I was
She
surprised
handled
she
that like a
took
lady.
like the back seat because I thought Natalie was gonna be on there, be like, "I'm the baddest bad girl. I'm gonna introduce all you bad boys to LA." She didn't do that, which like I said that in my review. I'm so glad she did that because I thought she was gonna come on there and basically have a side room in the house and basically pop out at every fight and be like, "What's going on?" Thank God she didn't do that. So
She
props up
probably
to
did. You
that.
never know. She probably did.
No,
She probably stayed next door.
she said it. She was like, she's not gonna be, y'all not gonna see her every day. She gonna pop in once in a while to see what's going on. But like, she was like, it's y'all show. She said that repeatedly throughout the episode. So hopefully she sticks to her word.
That don't mean that she's not in the back of production. She just not being shown off camera. That don't mean
which is
she's not
good.
there.
Which
It's
is
her
good.
show. Like if it was my show, you think I'm gonna just not be there and shit go down? That's how you lose your job and get fired. You're supposed to go down with the ship. That's her shit. She's always gonna be there. She might
I
not
don't.
be there like maybe all the time, like throughout
Mhm.
the entire day, but it's like she is gonna pop in and out like every other day. Or maybe every day, because you know it's her shit. So it's like there's no way you're not gonna be present. You know what I'm saying? Like if Janisha and them who are producers gotta be there, you gotta be there too, and it's your shit that you pushed on them. So I don't believe Natalie's just not gonna be there. She probably just not gonna be in camera. And I did respect the fact that she kind of was just like, you know, this is their shit. It's not my shit. It's my shit, but this is about them. And I like how she kind of won me over a little bit tonight. I like how
Yeah, she
she
did
handled that.
too.
I
She
like
did
how
a
she
good
handled
job.
that. It's like finally, like, oh. And then I remember they was in the confessionals like, girl, you was acting like a whole ass, which is how you got here. But just because she did it, don't mean you got to do it. Because you guys are men. She already knows that breaking y'all up is going to be 10 times harder to do. And then it's like,
Right.
y'all was arguing at the promo shoot. You was arguing in the studio. You wouldn't shut the fuck up. Now y'all on the bus and y'all won't shut the fuck up. Somebody's seriously injured. And after the shit that happened with Jocelyn's cabaret reunion, we don't got time for this shit. That's why
Yeah.
security was piping up. Like, y'all not females. Stop acting like bitches and act like men. Like, chill the fuck out. That's really why they were. And I was on security side with this. Like, you're doing the most, and you don't need to be doing the most. Like the fact that them two white boys was fighting, and Derell jumps in, and he think he could beat everybody, and it's just like, but Zeus, if y'all gave them liquor, because I wasn't there, if y'all gave them liquor, that's on y'all. You get what I'm saying? Like,
It
handle your
shocked me
shit.
how much Derell was doing the most throughout the episode. It was really irritating to me. Like it was hard to watch. Like, I was surprised he allowed himself to get that drunk and to do the most, because he's one of the cast members I think that has a good following on the cast. Someone said they had Sydney on Baddie. Some of these boys could actually just be on there, to be honest. And they're probably talking about the next person, which is Gutta K, that I was gonna bring up. Do you think they should have added We Love Shay on there? Because I feel
I
like
don't
that
know
would have
who
been.
that is.
You don't know who We Love Shay is on YouTube?
No, I don't know who that is.
So it's basically a YouTuber that Gutta K is like close with, and he's just like Gutta K. Wears the wigs, wears the wig and
Dorogenes.
everything. Huh?
Dorogenes.
Right. Like a femboy. So like
Um,
that would have been perfect. What do you think
I
about Gutta
feel
K on the
like
show?
I feel like Gutter K should have been on a different cast because this is a cast of older people that are over 27. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
him and Rel should have been on a different cast. I felt like it should have, like, if it was like you, me, Sheik from Instagram, maybe John Tavian, and then Gutter K. Like, that's a good mixture. Everybody's in the same age group. We're all from the same year, same generation. It just don't make no sense why a 21-year-old's on a show with the 37-year-old and 30-year-olds that are acting like children.
Right.
I just feel
It,
like Gutter K was on the wrong season. He's very entertaining in his green screens. He had me laughing actually. So he gets a one from me. He was very entertaining.
yeah, he's funny. With the smoker's voice, it's like the funniest thing to me, where he's like, hey, you're like, yeah, you know, like,
Androgynous. Thanks for correcting me.
yeah. He's like, better. Yeah, so, like, I had to do the boop, 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 boop. Like, his voice to me is so funny to me. So, he is going to be good
Hold on
TV.
1 second.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. You can keep talking to.
Yeah. So, Gutta K to me, I am a little disappointed in him because I feel like he betrayed Kuran. I feel like he really betrayed Kuran from you already know YouTube, the original Bad Boys Club. That kind of messed me up, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, he got to get his money, so I don't really too much blame him for that. But it is a little bit disappointing knowing that he was on the original Bad Boys Club and like hop ship and went on to Zeus. So, but he did the right thing. So it is what it is. What I liked with that he did was call out Mula when he was just like, "Oh, Mula, like you are a DL trade because you don't like being even in the same room as me." Because he was just Gutter was just sitting on the little chair next to Mula's bed, right? And then he felt some type of way, talking about, oh, can y'all leave or whatever? I feel uncomfortable, as if they were trying to like get on the bed or something like that and try to like sleep with him. Like he was just doing the most. Someone said, "Do y'all notice the sexual tension between Gutta and Kuran?" Yeah, I've said that in my review. Y'all check out my review. I said this on my review because even the whole time that they were talking, you could tell Kuran has some sort of sexual tension with him, and he was kind of like acting a little awkward. So, hell yeah, they're probably gonna end up messing around in the house. That's probably gonna be a storyline in the house, and I'm looking forward to see it. So yeah. Do
Kieran
you
is
think?
cute. Like,
Do you think I can't pronounce his name right. Karan and Gutta have sexual tension.
I feel like it's for the show, honestly.
You feel like it's for the show?
Hmm.
I don't think so. I think it's actually real because I've seen them commenting on each other's on Instagrams and stuff like that. Like you gotta pay attention to like the social media activity. I don't know if you keep up with it, but I do. Like on my free time, when like I'm bored and stuff, I'll go on Instagram and I'll see them like kind of like interact with each other deeply. Even not Mula, but Gutta K and Curtis, like they're actually really cool now. So it's like some of them I think have done stuff behind the scenes. Probably not gonna say it on the show, but that's just my opinion. So the next
I
person I
feel
want
like,
to
you
go
know
ahead.
what? No, I'm gonna let it go.
What? No, no,
Mm-mm.
no, no. You started. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it.
I feel like what does Kieran go by? Like he said he's just me, but I feel like that's just him confirming that he likes men and women, which is totally fine. Like I hope
Right.
Kieran knows that. Like like if, when I bring him on for interview, if he accepts it, we didn't do it yet, but in the future, I'm gonna let him know like it's okay to just be what you are. Like fuck them other people that be like, oh, because you are a son of a big celebrity, and I feel like his issues with his father. I feel like I'm gonna wait till Kieran pop up because then I'm just going to that.
Do you think because of his dad and like the religious thing or whatever, so he's scared to even say it out in the world because he don't want somebody going back to tell his dad? But it's already too late because they're
Hmm.
gonna be like, "Oh, yo, son was in a house full of gay boys," and like it's already a
I
little
don't
bit
think
too
he
late.
care anymore. I feel like he's 32, pushing 40. I don't think he give a fuck. Like I
Yeah.
don't think he care.
Right.
Maybe that's why him and his dad don't get along because I feel like he knew he was gay and he just didn't accept it, and he knew that his dad
Right.
wasn't gonna accept it. And I feel like that's why his dad talks to him the way that he talks to him because it's like I'm Christian and I'm known, and you're not gonna pull this crap on me and get me blackballed because the industry is how it is. So I feel
Yeah.
like that's where their bump heads come from. All that other, and I do feel like it is a little bit of verbal abuse because Kirk Franklin ain't fucking perfect. Physical, I don't know, but then Kieran said that he was sexually abused. Now I'm not going to get into that. I don't know if that's
Right.
true or not. A lot of people are saying that he's making
Allegedly.
it up.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people saying he's making it up for attention, but I'm like, we all don't know. We don't live with
It
them,
wouldn't
and
surprise me that something allegedly happened because Kirk Franklin did go on record. He went on the Breakfast Club too and said he had a porn addiction. So it's not like he doesn't have some sexual desires and stuff inside of him. I'm not saying Kirk Franklin allegedly did anything to him, but I'm saying that something probably happened to him, and that's why he's so traumatized the way that he is.
what do you mean?
Like Quran, like he seems like he has some inner trauma. Like something happened to him as a child, or something happened to him around Kirk or as a child in general, and that's why he's like so erratic. You get
Maybe
what I'm
he
saying?
walked in on him maybe he walked in on him or something, and maybe he like was doing something. Maybe his dad walked in on him and probably beat him for it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that. I feel like it's that. I don't know, but I do feel like maybe Kieran did know he liked dudes or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe tried it. Maybe Kirk found out and whooped his ass, which is why he's saying it's physical abuse. We don't know. The molestation part, I'm not gonna get into it. He
Mm.
didn't bring it up on the show. It wasn't shown up in the trailer because they would have added that in. I feel like with him on the green screen crying, it looked. Why do I want to say it looked a little forced?
It did look like they asked him that repeatedly so he could cry and like push
Yeah,
out the
like
tears.
it just looked like he was pushing out the tears. Like I just wasn't
Yeah.
really buying it. Like you grown at this point. It's like whatever hurt you got. I'm not saying he needs to get over it, but it's like you need to let that go. Like you want a
He
whole
does, I think, need
new
therapy.
adventure
He
with your life.
definitely
He does need therapy. We all need therapy. It ain't just him.
Yeah,
Everybody on that show, from even the EPs, need therapy. But I just feel like he needs to just let. I hope him and his father can mend whatever they have, but he needs to get to a point where it's like, okay, your ass is 32 years old. You're grown. You're doing your thing. Your dad's doing your thing. If he doesn't accept you and your lifestyle, move the fuck on. Mama included, sister included. Like he needs to get that through his head. Like and you can't try to get away from your dad's image, but you're bringing him up. Like
right.
we know why people are using Kieran Franklin, but I'm not using Kieran Franklin because of Kirk Franklin. I'm gonna use Kieran because I want to see. I want Kieran. I don't care for Kirk Franklin. Like I want
Right.
to know you for you. I want to know who Kieran is.
Hopefully, I wish and hopefully they do this during this season, but I doubt they will because they're not that creative like that. You know how Bad Girls Club, how they did like a family day? They'll bring like some of the family to the house.
Oh, that
If
ain't
they
gonna fucking happen.
right, if
I'm
they
not
did
bringing my
that with
family up
them,
in there
that'd be
because
lit.
Lord,
But
they
I know
know that's a safety hazard. They only gonna be there for 4 days anyway. And no,
they filmed like 2 weeks. So the next person I will talk about is, let's see if you could guess it. Just with me doing this,
Anthony Uncensored.
Anthony, Mr. Shays Almighty. Do you think it's annoying that he doesn't show his eyes? I don't like. I hate talking to people. I can't look at you. Like you feel me? Like I feel like you hiding something. What do you think about
I feel like
Anthony?
he's. I feel like he's low key an instigator. Like I feel like not in a bad way, but I just feel like he does a little bit too much too. Like he just talks a little bit too much. It's just like like I don't know. Like a lot of these boys' intros, I feel like the only one that was genuine was Kieran. Um, Derell, that's how he is. I feel like his intro was
Yeah,
genuine. A lot of their intros is just like they were just doing too much. Like they're trying to be that girl. Like, oh, I was on a magazine with Nicki Minaj, or oh, I'm the baddest around. I don't know who any of you boys are besides Milan and Kieran. Mostly Milan. But it's just like
and you know
you're
Milan
not
has to go on that
like
Paper Magazine reference. He's like, I was on Paper Magazine with Nicki Minaj. I mean, not with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was on Paper Magazine. Kim Kardashian was on Paper Magazine, and so was I. And I'm like, okay,
I feel
okay,
like he didn't need to say all that. Like, let us find that out. Like, if you that girl, when you that girl, you that nigga, you don't have to announce that in the room. We already know that. Like, we already
right,
know who you are. You don't have to just keep throwing your resume because, like, we know who you are. And I feel like Milan should be taking the big brother godfather role of the entire house. And I feel like physically wise, he's doing it because he did check a couple people. Like, you was wrong for doing this. And he whooped what's name ass, which we're going to see next weekend, which I'm dying to see. But, I just feel like with Anthony, I don't know. I kind of feel like he's just a little too much, like low key. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
like a tag along. I said this in my in
yeah,
my
like
review.
he's
Tag
definitely a
along.
tag along. He
I
wants to
hate
be the
tag
popular
along
girls.
people. Like even when
Gigi Ma, Gigi
go ahead,
Ma has this thing. He calls people group project bitches. I've been
bitches.
seeing that. Gigi Ma
I love
Gigi
Gigi
Ma on
Ma.
YouTube. I love her. We have to
I
get her on here
love
one time.
Gigi
All
Ma.
three of
She's
us.
so right. I've been trying to
All
do
three of us gonna have to come up on here
me
one
and her
time. Cause
talk.
ooh,
Me and her talked before, and like she only thing she did, she just reacted to one of my videos, and I'm like, no, you need to come. I want her to come onto a video so we could like talk about a show or any or something like that. Cause she's funny. Group project bitches. That's what he is. Cause when Milan was talking to Derell, he was just like, Milan was like, "Oh, you acting crazy, or whatever." And then Anthony's like, "Yeah, you was acting crazy," and that like he was just tagging along like a bunny.
I feel like
Like
that need no. I feel like that needed to be needed though because I feel like if it was just Milan. I feel like you need, but I felt like you could have did it on your own time because I would have went in the van when he was down. I would have sat down like, look, I don't know you like that. You don't know me, but you're doing way too much. Like, act like a man. Like, don't do what the girls you see on Bad Girls Club. This ain't Bad Girls Club. This is completely different. This is a whole other level. You want to be sponsored. You want to get signed. No one's gonna sign a fucking animal. It's already bad enough you're black and you're a gay man, just like the
right,
rest of us. So it's like
it's two
use this
strikes already.
opportunity to put yourself on a pedestal to where people want to work with you. You want to get deals. You want to do this and that. No one's gonna want to work with a damn animal.
Right. Someone said
You know what I'm
Milan a
saying? Like,
hater. he wanted a problem with Derell, and that's why he got mopped. Per eat that up. I don't think Milan was hating on Derell. Derell
Milan was
was being
not hating
most
him. Milan was definitely not hating him. Milan was just telling him like you just were wrong. Like Derell was doing too much. Like I like Derell so far, but it's at a minimum because I just don't care for the whole him fighting. That was unnecessary. Like
right.
put yourself in the boy's shoes. If that was him that he would have did to you, you would have been mad too. To whoever it is in there. Like
Exactly.
I don't know who be who ass, but sometimes I just be talking. But
Or between Milan and
I just
Derell.
yeah, because Milan did throw a drink at him and then swung at him, but I don't really know who won. I really don't care. I just want to see what's going to happen next week.
They
So
showed a little bit of the fight, but not the full one. So next week we'll see really who got the best of who. The last person is Curtis. So Curtis to me just played a little bit of the back seat, in my opinion. This episode, he was just kind of seeing everybody out. So in my opinion, I feel like he thinks he's a lot better looking than he thinks he is.
yeah,
That's just the
he's
vibes I
annoying to
get
me
from him.
too. He's a little bit of annoying to me too.
Yeah,
Because
like
my
he
thing is
gives him
like, wait, who's the one that keeps saying I'm gay? Stay away from me with that shit. Is that him or
Mula,
just the other
Mula,
one?
Mula, Mula.
That's Mulan. Because I really don't. They him and what's his name? The one you just shown look alike. Um, yeah. Was he the one that was in the bed when Gutter Cave? No,
Mula
I
was in
get
the
them
bed.
mixed up.
Curtis was in the room though. Curtis was in the room, and that's when Mula was like, "Oh, can you, Gutta K, and Anthony leave because y'all making me feel like uncomfortable or something like that." They weren't even in his bed; they were just sitting next to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's alright.
yeah. Like I said, I feel like he thinks he's like a lot cuter than what he is. And
Yeah,
just in my opinion,
he
I'm not trying to start nothing. I think him and Gutta K have something going on behind the scenes. That's just from what I see in social media. I have like a really good, what is it called? Psychic sense. So,
aura
right.
like a gaydar or something like that, or you
Right,
got good senses and
right. So like I feel like they twirling behind the scenes. That's just my opinion. Let me know if y'all think that in the comments too, because like yeah. And also with the premiere, I know I reported on my channel that Amula said he wasn't gonna show to come to the premiere, but everybody looked like they came to the premiere. From Willem came. I think the only person that didn't come was Dylan. Mula came. So those were the main two people that are like, oh, we're not going to be at the premiere, but both ended up coming to the premiere. Just so you guys know. So they were all
I
cat.
don't care who there. I'm not missing a premiere on an episode that I was in. I'm gonna take that chance because you never know who you're gonna bump into. Because that is good network. Remember
Right,
that. Don't let nobody scare you into getting a bigger bag in the future. Pay
right,
close attention, people. We've been doing this for over and over. Use common
right,
sense. Who gives a fuck?
right. And then also, what do you think about the house? That house, they blessed them boys versus the baddies house because that baddies house was crap versus like I was saying in my review, I feel like with Natalie, the baddies house, they just gave her a crappy house because they didn't really know Natalie like that. And they were like, okay, you might not get that much views. Take this house, let's see what you can do. But now
Yeah,
they
I think they did Natalie fucked up,
right.
honestly, because everybody got a good house. Like Chance, he got a better house for his first season. Jocelyn got
Jocelyn,
a good house for her second season. With the baddies, I felt like they probably thought like, oh, these are knockoff bitches. Don't nobody want to see them. You know, they kind of just gave it to them, just let them run whatever. And I just feel like they were cheated because it's just like, why would you give them? Everybody for their first season got a good house. You get what I'm saying? And I just don't
right.
understand why they got the house that they got. I don't know, like that's just weird. I feel like they should have gotten a better house. Hopefully for Baddies LA, which I thought was gonna be in Miami. I hope that I hope
It's
that they get
confirmed
a
it's
good
in
house.
Miami.
It was supposed to be originally in Miami because I remember Tanisha said it, but she's not gonna be a part of it. Why I don't know. I feel like Natalie's being stupid with not adding Tanisha into it because it needs to be some type of balance. I don't know why she wants all the attention, all the power to her, and then when shit goes out of hand, she don't know what to do. Because Lemmy, he don't really give a fuck at
Right.
all. He don't give a fuck. I feel like I don't know if you paid attention, but they put more energy into Chance's show and Jocelyn's show because it has more purpose than Natalie's shows.
Yeah, that is true. And I
Like
think it's because of the star power. They don't see Natalie as like a celebrity, but they see Johnson as a celebrity and they see Chance as a celebrity. Like they
But
don't see
Chance has
Natalie
been
as
up. But here's the thing, though. One thing I could stand up for Natalie for is that like Chance has been nowhere in the past 15 years. He ain't been on
Right,
no shows. Natalie has at least been consistent with her resume. She's been on Marriage Boot Camp. She's been on Bad Girls Club All Stars. She's been on Big Brother. She's definitely given. We have to give her some credit for that, whether we like her or not. So I feel like Natalie should have definitely been more taken care of, more than Chance, who ain't been seen in 15 years.
right.
Her and Jocelyn have been doing great with staying in the public eye. So I feel like that was a big blow, and they should have gave Natalie a bigger budget, especially with the girls that she picked. You get what I'm saying? Some of the girls we didn't want to see, but
No.
I noticed that. And I'm just like, why does Zeus? I noticed that, and I feel like now I know why. Like Natalie probably acts how she acts because it's like Oxygen did the same thing with her. Like they were supposed to give her own show. You seen they give Tanisha's show. You seen they gave Show her own flow. Show don't fuck with Oxygen. Tanisha hasn't talked to Oxygen, and I don't know God knows how long. They didn't give
Right.
Natalie shit. Maybe because she's a difficult person to work with behind the scenes. But that's why Natalie needs to just stop. Because if you notice, when she goes on live, she kind of kisses Lemmy's ass. Like she's like, oh, a black-owned network.
Let
You
me
don't see Chance,
pepper. No, this is
Lemmy
her. Let me
Pepper.
pepper. I hate Natalie.
Maybe she's kissing
So
his ass
funny.
just to get what she wants, but it's just
Yeah.
like you don't see Chance or Jocelyn doing that.
And I
They
see,
don't
and
never go
I
live
get your
talking
point
about
with
her.
Johnson's first, not Johnson, Natalie's frustration with the, and I feel like that's why she doesn't want Tanisha part of the project because she feels like she's already getting gypped, so she doesn't want to get gypped in half because she's gonna get gypped, subtracted from another person because they're gonna have to give that share that same person, give them a half of the portion. She's gonna have to get half of the portion, which means she's gonna get less than what she getting now. So I think
Cause
that's
she
why she has
only,
to Tanisha off.
cause here's the thing, she only gets 6 cents a subscriber, and they only have over 800,000 subscribers. And if you add that up by how much that they pay us monthly, I did the math. That's $3 million they get every month. So they are a $1 million company, but I did the math. 6 cents times 800,000. That's $5,000 that
Hmm.
they all get weekly or bi-weekly. So Natalie's really not making no big, none of them, they're not making no big money as they claim that they are.
Hmm.
So I could see where Natalie's frustration is. It kind of all makes sense. You have to look up and do the math to why they all act the way they act. But it's just like, if it's bi-weekly pay, I understand. But it's just like, you can't be sitting here acting like you have so much money and you really don't. Like, their public records is literally right there. How many
Right.
subscribers they have as of March 2022, it's right there. They do have over 90 million viewers. So they do get a little bit extra for that. And I think that Natalie gets a little bit, maybe an extra 3,000 in her check, like all of them, Chance, but they're not really making that much money as they try to pursue that they do.
Someone said one more chance in Johnson where hits off the bat. They went viral through funny clips and blew up. Baddies didn't have anything going on, and that was the biggest problem with Baddies because they didn't have really substance as to why they were there. Like they were there just to be in a house and just fight. Like it just didn't have any substance. Like they should have did Baddies and brought all new girls. Natalie should have went with Tanisha, said screw all the All Star girls or whatever, and just brought all new girls and made a new generation of Bad Girls Club and called them Baddies. That's what I think she should have did. Because bringing the
No,
back
we
old
need,
girls and stuff, it's not doing anything.
mm, but
That's what I think.
going back, going back to Bad Boys Club, is I just feel like it just seems forced. It just seems doing most. It just seems like it was just all over the place. All the fighting, the drama, all the niggas acting like bitches, acting like girls. It's just cringy. It's like, what is the whole point of this show? Like, I
Yeah.
really feel like they picked the wrong cast. Like, they really have to sit down and think about, I don't know. And we keep talking about Natalie because this is her shit. I really feel like Zeus don't give a fuck about Natalie like that. Like they just don't
They
care for
don't.
what she has. The casting that happens when it comes to Natalie Nunn's show is horrible.
Yeah.
It don't mix. Like you got a little bit like I can see Gutter K in there. I can see Rel in there. I can see who else?
They
Gutter
should have
K,
went for a
well,
younger cast. I think that was the issue.
right. But my
A
thing
way
is why
younger
didn't they
cast.
pick Why didn't they pick regular boys from the audition tapes? They had over
I think
8,000.
they
There
were
was so
scared
many
they
boys
weren't
from
gonna get
my.
the views.
Okay, look at Chance's show. Chance was a damn nobody for 15 years. Not to sound disrespectful, he
And
got a
he brought
dating
up
show,
nobody.
and they brought random girls nobody knew. And look at his
Right,
shit, it's a hit. Same thing with Jocelyn. Jocelyn has no girls that nobody knows. Nobody knew who Amber was. Nobody knew who Big Lex was. Nobody
right.
knew who K Capri was. Nobody knew who Boss Tech was. Barbie, Chanel, Penny, Black Diamond, Daisy. Like nobody knew who they were, and look at their shows.
That's true. I don't. I feel like they don't think deep enough of how they're casting. It's kind of dumb too because they have something so good in their hands and they're just kind of like playing with it. Like I wish I could help Zeus kind of like formulate a
With the
better show
casting,
with the
I
casting.
really, I should help Zeus with the casting because I know they need to have an all-star show.
Yeah,
I
they've
feel
been
like the
needed to
all
do that.
star they need to have an all star show with girls, and I feel like the first season should be Yodela, Roly Poly,
Amber,
Amber, K
because she has
Capri,
beef with Yoda. Look,
Miss Natural, Big Lex, Lucky. Um, let's throw in
Barbie.
no, not Barbie. That's for next season.
Why
I
not
would throw
Barbie?
in because she's not gonna fight. I'm trying to get the fighters. I would say Christina.
You said
I would
Rolly.
no Christina. I said Rolly the second time. Christina should go on there, and I feel like uh mm, throw damn. It's not that a lot of girls to choose from. Oh, and throw maybe like uh Cheeks in there.
Who?
Let's see how that goes. Cheeks, she was from
One
One
more
More Chance
chance.
season one. Yeah,
See, I didn't
throw
watch
her in
season
there
one.
with them and see how it goes. Like that's how
Mm.
I feel like. Let's see
Yeah,
how
I
that
do
goes
feel
because
like
half of
they
them
need
got
to
beef with each
do
other
it.
anyway.
I don't know if you watched the show called I Love Money, right, on VH1.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Right. It needs to be sort of like the I Love Money format. Of course, with just girls, just to start it off. And that way they'll have them do challenges every week, vote each other off type stuff. It'll be really, really funny too. Plus, it'll be a lot of drama. They've been needed to do that. Hopefully, Lumel knows that he needs to start that off. And also, I don't know if you keep up with like Blueface and stuff like that.
I don't.
I feel like he he needs to have his own love show on Zeus because he's always in the media with the love story and everything. I don't I put it up on my channel of like a good plot line for a reality show that Zeus needs to put on their network. And I look you want to pitch it to Zeus, but I don't know how to get in contact with Lumel, but
They're
I don't
not
know.
gonna have you pitch it to them because what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to
Steal
take it
it.
from you because you would have to
Exactly.
copyright that, and then they're gonna be they want to take ideas from people that is kind of already known. Because I had a show in
Right.
mind I wanted to pitch to them, but I feel like right now with what's going on, I feel like we
Don't
don't need to
do it.
pitch
They'll
nothing to them
steal
right
it.
now. I feel like we don't need to pitch nothing to them right now until everything blows over.
Right. I really
But
hope they don't lose that. I'm not saying I don't want them to lose that lawsuit. I want them. I want this. What I want to happen. I want Amber to win, and then Ballista goes to jail or whatever. They close down the cabaret, but I still want Zeus to continue. I don't want Zeus to be shut down over this. That's my whole thing.
yeah, I need some type of therapy, some mental therapy to see somebody get the shit out of them. I just feel like security, like how they were hopping on the boys this season, they need to
Yeah,
do that with all the other girls. And I just feel like they're talking to the boys more than they're talking to the girls. The girls is just as rowdy as the boys. Like you see in the trailer where Lamar was talking to him, like, I don't have time for this, and y'all don't either. Why don't you tell that to the girls? Like you guys enable them to have this behavior when you guys give them liquor, and then when they start doing dumb shit, now you want to cry. It's like
but I
pick a
do think the
side.
security because they see it's a lot of gay boys or whatever. They're like, oh, like y'all faggots, whatever, need to chill out. In my mind, that's why I feel like the security is thinking. They're thinking, oh my god, these gay boys they doing too much. Oh, like sit down somewhere. That's why with the girls, they're a little bit more lenient. They're like, oh, they're girls, let them fight it out. But with them, they're like, all these gay dudes, they need to chill the hell out. That's what I see from the first episode, at least. I do want to give it a chance, though. I'm not ripping off the season yet. I'm gonna give it a few more episodes, and then we're gonna see what it does. Hopefully, because Zeus likes to do this to where like they'll put in one episode like 2 3 scenes and drag it out like they did with this premiere, and drag it out into one episode instead of having multiple scenes throughout the episode and having it be full of content. So hopefully they actually do that, not just do the drag out scenes for one episode, because that's annoying.
I don't know. I just feel like you said something about Zeus. They should do what again?
Like they should have it to where they don't drag out each episode. Like usually this is what Zeus does. Let's say if a fight happens, they'll drag out that whole fight scene for like the whole episode, and that'll be one episode. And the next episode is them talking about the fight. Girl, this is them on the cabaret. You saw how Amber beat her up? That's crazy, Henny. Oh my God. Half of the first episode. And then the second half of the episode, they see them dancing. And then that ends the episode. They need to come up with better content while they're there. So that way they have more scenes to put in each episode. Because shows like Love and Hip Hop and other shows on VH1, they have a lot of scenes within one episode. They don't drag one, like 2 scenes out for a full episode. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like they do need to do a little bit better with the editing. Like in the beginning of this episode where they just showed them at the promo fighting, they should have did that later on and try to connect it some type of how. But because of what's his name departing, you know,
Right.
it had
Do
to
you
make
think Andrew
sense.
should have left or should have stayed?
I feel like he has a big mouth. Like he just talks. Everybody on the think they that girl. So it's like whatever happens your way, it happens your way. If you could put up with it verbally, you can put up with it physically. That's just how I feel.
Right. I do think though that he low key kind of ripped them off, and that's what Natalie gets for being thirsty, trying because Natalie went on Instagram and everything, said that he hit him up saying, "Oh, I want to be on Bad Boys Club. I want to be on Bad Boys Club." And Natalie probably saw like, "Ooh, he's infamous. He has all these followers. Let's cast him." But that's where you messed up, Natalie, because look, he's not even on the show past one episode, and he took y'all money and cashed it in, and y'all got nothing from it. Y'all got a little bit of content and some good promo for the first episode, but y'all can't be using that promo for the rest of the season. So he kind of like finessed them, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did, and that's why I feel like they need to sit down with Natalie and they need to plan more. Because I feel like with Natalie shows, they're so rushed. She just wants fast money, and I just feel like they kind of get it. So they're like, "Fuck it, since you just don't want to sit here and try to plan, here it is. There you go, and just move on with it." But as her boss, you should be telling her like, "Yo, we're gonna sit down and plan this. We're gonna do this evenly." Because it really, it's like 12 boys. There's another replacement that's gonna be there. And I feel like there's no point for 12 boys. Just start out with 8 boys. And then
Mm,
why would you show the replacements in the promo? Because they
right,
wasn't doing that in Bad Girls Club. If you're trying to go
right,
from Bad Girls Club, they wasn't
oh,
showing when Andrea came in when they sent
right,
Erica home. They wasn't showing when Elise came in the promo when
right.
Jenna went home. So it's like if you're
The
trying to
only
be
time they
like
showed the
that,
replacement was Gigi in season 11, and that's only because Tess left. The first girl
right?
that left, she left like the first day.
And I feel like the promo should have been like the third episode. It shouldn't have been in the beginning. Like I know it's raw, but it's just like make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't know.
Someone said there's a lot of replacements. Stay tuned. I did cover some of the replacements that are going to be on the show. Of course, it's going to be Jonathan, another guy named Corey, I think, like that, with the dreads that Jonathan fought. And there's a couple of others too that are going to be replacements throughout the show that weren't shown in the
Who
trailer.
fought Jonathan? Who was the one with the red dreads that got his dreads ripped out that fought
His name's
the
like
big dude?
Corey. Corey, something with a K. He's like an artist or something like that. It's like Corin, Corey, something with a K. Y'all in the comments, drop it down below. I'm really bad with names.
He's a
I know it
fucking
starts with a
idiot
K.
because he's a fucking idiot because why are you fighting and you have dreads in your hair? Like all his dreads is on the
Rio.
floor.
Rio. That's his
What
name.
Real,
Oh,
he's a fucking
Rio.
idiot. Because why are you fighting and you have dreads? Like, you know how much money that costs? Like, I'm not gonna have. I don't care if it was $25 bills for free. You're not taking out my real hair, my real edges to my real scalp. And that nigga is big. Like, I probably can't even beat that big nigga. So it's like
Yeah,
you doing
Jonathan's
all
big.
that over. And then it's funny because it's like You sticking your nose in what him and Milan is arguing about, and Milan didn't even jump in the fight to save you. It should have been Milan and him fighting, not you fighting and he's arguing Milan and then y'all start fighting. That's why I feel
Right.
like they're just doing the absolute fucking most. Like stay in your lane, mind your business. Like it's just like with these girls. Y'all go on to these shows and y'all be paying people hundreds and thousands of dollars to get y'all wigs slayed for reunions and shit. Y'all know y'all gonna fight. Why
I
are
never
y'all
got
like
that
waste? I don't get that. Like I would have went in with a sewing, like a
with
deep
a
ass
shake and go
sewing.
wig, a shake and go
Yeah,
fight
like
scene and go.
or something like that. But it's just like I'm not going to get my hair all done up and shit when I know a bitch is gonna pull it, and then that's $2,500 right out the window, and I look crazy, and I'm just sitting there in Meek Mill braids. Like that's not cute
Yeah.
for a lady. Like we need to go back to stitching wigs down, not with glue, but with like
Sew-ins.
sew-ins. So if someone pulls your hair, it'd be easier to manage and put back intact. It's like when brown sugar fall flat back. Like you do know, like you don't know who hair that person that did that hair for you. Like I can't do that. Y'all spending rent money on all this shit and y'all getting y'all shit destroyed.
That's
I
what I'm
can't.
saying. But they have the money to waste it. So if I was these hairdressers, give me the money.
I don't know. They come in with all these little outfits and shit, and they trying to look cute, and then they know they gonna fight, and then they get mad when someone rips and ruins their outfit and pulls out their hair. But it's like, if I'm going to a reunion, I'm going to a reunion just like this, how you see,
Yeah.
and with something all black, fitted from the top to bottom with some Tims. Probably
When
one of those vest
Willem
things that
had the
they have,
braid,
and I'm
he
like, just
had the
good to
braids
go.
back, and his braids came out. You ain't see that when he fought in this episode. His braids came unraveled. Poor Willem.
That's his fault, because my thing is like,
But he's
I do
white, so
feel
his
like
hair is
because
like it's not strong.
But I do feel like because they are white, they're kind of picking on them a little bit.
Yeah.
Cause you're gonna saying it's like y'all shouldn't be doing that. Like if it was the other way around, it would have been a whole riot. So it's like
Right.
just cause that's why I feel like Derell, he kind of just like, I'm not
He
saying it's a
disappointed
racial
me.
thing, but he just feels like, oh, they white boys, they weak. So, but it's just like whether they were white or black, it still had nothing to do with you. And I just feel like once again, I have to put finger at the two because y'all was popping all that shit when it came to y'all ganging up on Andrew or whatever. But then when it's like, now when they fight you, now you scared to come out the corner, you don't feel comfortable, you pulling producers like this is not what I signed up for. Why the fuck are you here? I'm just so
Right.
over the excuses. I'm just over the excuses. I don't got nothing else to say.
I really wish that we get next season. We get a regular Bad Boys Club. That's what I'm wishing for. I'm not gonna auditions for it. Before I go, do you want to be on the next season? If there were cast of regular people, would you want to audition? Because it's enough for
No,
me.
I'm gonna tell you
Why?
why. Because for one, I just don't see myself on that show, and this is no disrespect to Zeus or Natalie. I'm 24. I just turned 24 last month.
Hmm.
I am not in this. The whole fight scene, I'm over it. I don't do that anymore. It don't mean it can't happen, but if it's gonna happen, at least let it be for a specific reason. When I go on these type of shows or any reality shows, I'm gonna go on there to. First of all, I'm an inspiring model. I am a brand ambassador, and I sing and I songwrite. That's what I'm gonna want to promote when going on these shows. Going on a show that's on Zeus Network is going to be the complete opposite. And to be honest, Zeus Network is not as big as they try to make it seem like it is. It's a streaming app. They have only 800,000 subscribers, not 5 million. Like Jay-Z's not watching it, Beyonce's not watching it, Rihanna don't even know what Zeus is. Like I know they do that with the confidence. I'm not trying to shit on because they're making a lot of money, but it's
Right.
like you don't see nobody from Zeus going to red carpets on the Grammys, VMAs, not even the CEOs of them damn selves. And they can go if they want to, they just choose not to. Why I don't know. But you know, the BET Awards and Soul Train, nobody from Zeus is there. Like you get what I'm saying? So it's like I want to go to those type of shows. I want to go sit next to Diddy, as crazy as he is. I want to try to get a deal off of somebody. I want Tiffany Cole to sign me. They're not gonna fuck with somebody who's gonna act like that.
Right.
So it's like
That's what a
Zeus is
lot of
only
people
just to
were like,
get you an
go audition.
exposure.
I'm like, no.
Zeus is like a stepping stone. Like it's not gonna do nothing for you. And I don't know when people are gonna get that through their thick ass heads. Everybody went right back to their 9 to 5 lives, and then it is what it is. Some people made something like Yodeler made something out of herself. Rolly made something out of herself. Stony was Stony before she even got on the show.
Right.
Um,
She
you
had
know,
something established
like
before that.
yeah, like those girls are smart. These dudes are just like viral sensations one time, and they think they that girl. And this is just gonna make it even worse because now you're putting yourself in that box. So it's just like, I'm not going on there if that's what it's gonna be like. And I'd rather go on a different type of network that's gonna actually showcase what I'm doing. The drama's gonna come regularly, but don't
Right.
force it. You get what I'm saying? And then the way that they just be having these people in harm's way, and then they want to put out statements that we don't condone violence, but your whole set is about fighting. You condone that
You
stuff.
saw that
You're on.
statement. They said our job at Johnson's Cabaret is to motivate girls and empower them. I said, I know you lying. I couldn't believe whoever typed up that statement. I know the way to type it was just like, damn, this is some
He's a hater.
bullshit,
I
but I
don't
gotta
know who
put
he
this up.
is. Um, my whole thing is like they can do so much better. Like I really was hoping that these boys will go on to like showcase what they're doing, but it just seems like I don't know. But
Someone said, I hope Zeus pays better than Love and Hip Hop. I doubt it. I doubt it. I
I
really
kind of
doubt
know. I kind of know how much they get paid from Jocelyn's cabaret, but I can't say.
it. Why not?
I could tell you behind stage, but I can't tell
Okay.
you right
Let
now
me know
because
off
they're
the
not
rip.
going. Because if I tell you now, they're gonna take this whole thing down, and you and me are gonna both get in trouble, and the person that told me is gonna get in trouble, who was
Yeah.
on there. So, but they get
Okay.
paid good rent money. That's all I'm gonna say, and a little bit of then some if they do
Oh.
some stupid shit. That's why they always doing stupid shit. I get it because we all got bills to pay. So I know. Let me just say, Derell, he about to get a nice ass check for the shit that he's doing.
Yeah, I figured. And I just feel like if Oxygen were to give up their little crime career that they're trying to do and go back and start Bad Girls Club again and start a Bad Boys Club, I think they would shut Zeus down. They would shut all these little YouTube shows that's mimicking Bad Girls Club. It would shut them down completely.
What
If
they
Oxygen
need to
was smart,
do,
they would bring back Bad Girls Club. It would shut down every single show going on right now. I swear to God, every show gone. That's what I think.
I feel like Oxygen is gonna have a Bad Girls Homecoming like it had with the Real World Homecoming because Oxygen, Bad Girls Club, and Real World is by Bjorn and Murray. They own those shows, so I feel like we're gonna get a Bad Girls Homecoming very soon. I just don't know when. Um, but back to the Bad Boys. I just feel like I can't go on there. It's not good for me mentally, and a lot of people are seeing that. And then there's still stupid people that want to go on there. If you want to go on there, that's fine. But when you don't get no books for nothing, you wonder why.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to talk down on Zeus, but I'm just calling it for how I see it. That's
A
just how I
show
feel.
that I want to go
Um,
on. I don't know if you know about it. Big Brother. That's the show I would want to be.
I'm not doing that show. Too soft for me, especially in the
It's a
UK. They're
song.
too damn soft. They too soft, especially when Tiffany was on there. Everything she did, it just got on her nerves, and it's just like they too fucking soft in the
To me, it's
UK.
the money for me that I want to go on there for. It's not even the fame. I want the money, and the fact they increased the prize money this year, it's still $750,000. So pray that I get casted because I auditioned or whatever. I really want to go on that show. I just want the money. Like the money is great, even if you
Yeah, I
don't
hope
win.
I will see you on there.
Even if you don't win, you get a good amount. Like they cover your everything when you go on that show. So that's what I like about Big Brother. And it gives you a good amount of exposure because you're on CBS, which is under Buna Mary, which is under Universal. So yeah.
Whatever
Any
show
final
I'm going
thoughts?
on,
Mhm.
whatever show I'm going on MTV's The Challenge after that, because that's the
Ah
show I
no, I
want to
can
go
do the
on.
challenge. It's to win water plate, all that type of
I
stuff. They be
could.
oh no. They be tussling, all that stuff.
Is it bad that I have a little crush on Zarel, even though he did the most? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. It's just I
I
don't like
like
how he
drunk
acted, but it's like
Millie.
I don't know. It's just he's just a I don't know. I'm just
Damn, you want to see what
I
Millie
like
is
Kieran more
like.
than I like Kieran more than Darrell, but with both of them, it's just like I'm being tugged. Like I don't know who I would go with.
Yeah.
I don't know who I would go with.
Not drunk as Derell. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I can't believe he did that. So yeah, any final thoughts before we end this live and this after show? And I also want to do this probably like every couple of weeks so we can see what's been going on with these bad boys and see if the season progressed and got better. Any final thoughts?
No, I don't have any final thoughts. I just can't wait for next episode because I want to see what's gonna happen. I want to see what Joel's gonna do. I want to see all
Damn,
them
you really like Derell.
fight. Huh?
I said, damn, you really like Derell.
I do. I'm not gonna hold you. If anybody's in the comments, tell Derell to holler at me.
You gonna
I
sign up
don't
for the
care who it
deal?
is. Whoever, yup. I don't really care. Tell Derell I'm gonna marry him. So I know I'm not doing that. That's too
Ah,
much.
he gonna get drunk at the wedding. But that was pretty much it, entertainers. Let me know what you guys think about the show in the comments. This is my Bad Boys LA after show. So let me know what you guys thought about some of the topics we talked about in the video. Let me know what you guys thought about the cast. Thank you again, Safon, right?
Saphion, thanks for
Saphion.
having me.
Don't
Are
give
we
me
doing this again next week? Cause this was fun.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. We gonna harass Gigi Ma to come up here.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
actually. I'm gonna reach. I'm gonna text her right now. Be like, you're coming up here whether you like it or not.
Please.
We
Please.
gonna definitely get her.
'Cause she's
Especially
ready. Tell
yeah.
her she don't. We come into her city with group project bitches. We jump
I
her.
be saying that. I be like, so they be acting like group project bitches. I remember I did a live with her one time, and I was using her slang, and she was just smiling. She has the cutest smile.
Yeah.
I like the
Her
way she
she
smiles.
was
Like,
like,
she just her
yeah.
reactions is so funny. I remember when it was an episode with Guy on Jocelyn's Cabaret, and she said some bullshit. She thought it was like, "All right, bitch, now you're playing. Now you're fucking playing. Now you're fucking playing." I was out,
Gigi
and then
Ma
she
is
was going in.
funny.
And it's be funny when Zeus piss her off when they take down her videos. She be going off. She be like, "It's giving trash. You should have threw it in the trash, and you should have thrown the garbage." And that's probably why Zeus is mad. Like, bitch, I understand, but it's like, why you gotta suck my dick? Like, they can suck my whole cooch out. It's like,
Right. I messaged her because she was happy that they getting sued. She was like, "Oh, that's what y'all get. Look at y'all," because you know how they strike her. She was like, "That's what y'all get. Now y'all getting sued. Look how the tables turn." I'm like, "You petty just like I am."
I can't. But this was actually good. I hope they don't get butthurt about the things I said. I mean, everybody else is ripping
They
them even
want
worse than what
it's
I said.
Zeus. It's Zeus. We can't get butthurt. It's Zeus. Plus, I'll be in the comments watching, so y'all can't get out
Yeah,
of there.
but I don't try to burn my bridge with people because I know they're probably gonna see this. I don't want to meet them and then they're gonna think I'm gonna talk shit to them because I ain't scared of them. But it's just like I'm trying so
They
hard
need
not to
to do better
talk.
as a black network. That's
Yeah,
it. That's
but
all.
that's the thing. But I'm not because if I end up on there, is I gotta eat whatever the fuck I said because it's like, damn, I said this and I'm on here. Because
You're
I
the next.
love their
Like,
production quality. Nobody's fucking with Zeus quality production. Let me just put
oh
that out
yeah,
there.
for sure. Hell yeah.
Nobody.
And
Nobody.
a lot of the
No.
shows that are copying like the Bad Girls Club type stuff, they're copying Zeus's editing type, especially with the trailers. Like Big Lex's Baddies collection. I remember I seen their trailer for their reunion when the girl walked in. She's like, "Kiesha." They did the same little edit that Zeus does for their reunions and does for their trailers. So I was like,
She
they're
getting that
getting
motherfucking money.
yeah, they're getting inspiration from them for sure. So thank you again for joining, and you guys make sure to tune in for next week because I'm going to be doing this again. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, and where can they find you on social media and other platforms?
I don't know if I want to tell them because they're gonna come in my inbox cursing me
No,
out. Like
they
I
no,
feel
they
some
not.
type of way. I feel some type of way. You talking about Derell because there's always somebody in there that's butthurt. I'm just like, oh my god, it's just my opinion. But they could find me on Safion Jawan
Mhm.
on Instagram, and I just want to put this out there. I like Derell. Okay, it's no Derell hate train over here. Okay,
Period.
I just said I will propose to him if I see him and make him mine. So all you little Darrell followers in there, tell Darrell to come hit me up.
Not the Derell. For the love of Derell, we're gonna put that show on Zeus, and you're gonna be one of the
And
cast
I'm
members.
definitely going on that shit so that I will be the finalist. And I will gladly still be his man and say, just go on there to get the check because what's mine is his and just act like we broke up. Just don't get too comfortable with them niggas.
All right, guys, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button and tune into next week's videos. And
I'm
we
gonna follow you on Instagram.
okay. All right.
All right.
No personal thing.